is that your Prophet ﷺ spent 10 long years here as a prophet. And he was choked 3 times in front of the Kaaba while he was praying. And you know where he prayed? Between the Yemeni corner and the black stone. Right in the middle, Umar al-Khattab narrates in Sahih Bukhari that that's where the Prophet used to pray. One day he was praying between the Yemeni corner and the black stone. And while he was praying, the leaders of Quraysh, they were in the market of Mecca called Suq al-Hazwa, about 120 meters from the Yemeni corner. That's where the market was. They started to speak with one another saying, what can we do to Muhammad? So the worst of them, Uqba ibn Abi Mu'ayt, he said, let's put a dense, stinking intestines of a camel on top of his head so he can't get up. So they got it. They took like the carcass, intestines, stinking of a camel, they put it on top of the Prophet's head and they started laughing at him. And Abdullah ibn Mas'ud said, we were so weak, we couldn't do anything. So they went to Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha, and I want you to just imagine this, that she had to come and like take this off the head of her father so that the Prophet could finish his salah. Your Prophet went through this kind of torture so that you could pray, so that you can have Islam. And that's right in front of the Kaaba. I want you, when you spend your final moments here, imagine Bilal on top of the Kaaba giving adhan and the conquest of Mecca. That's like the moment when Islam was dominant now. And all of that subjugation of people based on color and tribalism is over. And you can close your eyes, you can see the Prophet ﷺ making tawaf next to you. And you can see him praying at that spot. You can see Bilal giving adhan. So why? These are real things that happen. These are not just stories. There's people that sacrifice for your faith. And that's why you take those experiences and you live Islam as best as you can. Unapologetic Muslim. That's what we want. We want people to not feel inferior. We want people to be proud of who they are. We want people to not constantly be trying to appease others. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of your salah. When you talk about prayer to people, it's like water. I know some of you, maybe salah is going to be something new to you in your life. Yeah, that's the first step. That's the first step. Forget everything. Salah is the main thing and the only thing. That's it. Start there. And it should be like, go to your boss and you need to, explain you need a meeting room. I'll give you a short story. There's a sister, she was in the New York city fashion industry, right? So she says, like, in her cubicle, she would try to pray as quickly as possible so that nobody passes by while she prays. And she's like, I take the hijab out, I wear the hijab, I quickly pray. Finally said it's got to the point where she was so anxious about it that she's looking at her watch, 20 minutes till Maghrib. I haven't prayed Asr. 10 minutes till Maghrib. She's like, finally I couldn't take it anymore. Put the hijab on. I lived like this for years, she says. So finally I go to my boss and I said, look, I can't live like this anymore. I have to ask her. So she goes to her boss and she doesn't know what she's going to say. Prayer? Like, seriously? You're in the fashion industry, right? She thought like all of these things. She went to her boss and says, do you all have like a meeting room I can use to pray? She's like, oh yeah, sure, here's the key, take it even. And all of the anxiety I had was literally in my head. Literally, we're our own worst enemies. Because we big this idea up of being faithful in America in our time is like a huge thing. It's normal. Treat it like drinking water. I'd be working in the ER, and people would ask me, like in the middle of the conversation, I'm like, oh, excuse me, you guys, I gotta go pray for 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, pray for us too, right? Because you normalize it. You normalize it. But when we big it up and think it's some huge task, then it's something that becomes insurmountable. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of you, inshallah. I want you all to just take these last moments in. That blow, by the way, means it's 15 minutes left at that. Things are like clockwork here, right? And that's why your life should be like that too. Your life should surround salah. That's what gives you discipline. So when you go meet somebody, hey, after Dhuhr, let's meet at MCC, and we'll go do that. After Isha, after Maghrib, etc. That, in this entire experience, I want you all to just imagine the past few days, what have you been doing? We're going to have a lecture after Fajr. We're going to do this after Dhuhr. We're going to do this after Maghrib. Your entire life has literally been around this prayer. Why can't you do that when you get back home? Take that with you. And inshallah, always ask Allah to bring you here. May we all always be on the invite list, right? And always try to bring your children and those who you know they might be suffering in their faith, bring them here. Let them experience Islam. Let them understand like where they come from. Let them recalibrate their mind, body, and soul and what we're created for. Allah subhanahu bless all of you. I really we had like an amazing time. You know, when you meet somebody, it's like you've known each other for years. That was me and Sheikh. Look at the clock, we're talking for 2 hours. I'm like, yo, okay, I gotta let you go, you kids. But I hope to visit you all maybe sometime, inshallah. You all definitely, when you come back, do look me up, and I would love to give you all a tour of Mecca or Medina, inshallah ta'ala. It wasn't possible this time because I had a massive work for me, and inshallah, it hurts me because I would love to do that. But may Allah bless all of you, accept your Umrah, accept your Hajj, accept your dua. May Allah